or spiritual salvation is the ultimate goal for every living entity, is the purpose of the human life. Durlabha manusha janma tadapi adhruvam arthadam. It could award the highest benefit of moksha. So one should not lose chance for spiritual salvation by any means. One should not risk one's liberation from the bondage of birth, death, old age, disease. Punarapi janma, punarapi marana. So the moksha and very so the society was so intelligently designed by the learned people, by the brahmanas, and the system was from the time of the creation, Satyuga, the system was prevalent. And brahmachari, then grahastha. One can live brahmachari throughout the life, but if one is not able to live in that ashram, then he is allowed by the spiritual master to accept grahastha ashram. But after executing his duties in the grahastha order of life or ashrama of life, one is supposed to take vanprastha and then sannyas, and one is supposed to act for his spiritual salvation, liberation. So the system of varnashrama institution, there were many principles of religious traditions. In each varna and in each ashrama, there were traditions and the elder members to help the family member grow properly and attain spiritual values. Spiritual values are very important. So the family traditions were made in such a way, in the varnashrama institution, the family traditions which are coming from ages, they are so intelligently designed that slowly and steadily and gradually it uplifts one to the spiritual platform in attaining spiritual values. It helps one attain spiritual values and spiritual culture. The family traditions are so designed. The elder members are responsible for such purifying processes in the family. Elder members, with their experience, with their learning and with their understanding and with their they pass on those traditions which they have learned from their elders, their superiors. They pass on that tradition to the younger generation, and with their experiences of life, they share their realizations with the younger generation. They share their realizations and they always help and motivate the other family, younger family members to always adopt spiritual practices or to always act religiously in life. The elder members are responsible for such purifying process so that one may get purified. The system was so designed that everyone used to get purified in that system. Youngers used to hear from elders, Shravanam, and elders used to Kirtanam, used to share knowledge, realization, transcendental knowledge, and material experiences, the consequences of acting religiously and irreligiously in life, with examples, case studies. The elders of the members, the elder family members of the family, being because of their love and affection for the younger family members, they used to share their experiences, their realizations, and with examples from their personal life and what from their experiences, what they had seen in life, and the consequences of acting religiously and irreligiously, they share with the younger generation, younger family members, which help others. Even the elders, they become purified in the system, and even the youngers, they become purified by developing religious habits. The younger family member may develop but the death of the elder member, such family traditions of purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop irreligious habits, and thereby. So Arjunji is very much afraid, because all those who have assembled there to fight with him are all elders, superiors, and they were all kings, various chieftains of the world. And if all the superiors and chieftains and kings and rulers, it is the duty of the king to take care of his subjects, praja. For a king, his whole praja is like his family, and it is his duty. So if all those and each one of them, Arjunji could see, they have assembled in that battlefield, and if they all will be killed, then who will guide? The family traditions will be broken. If the elders and the rulers and the chieftains, if they only die, then who will guide? And the younger generation, and there is a chance that the younger family members may develop irreligious habits and thereby lose their. So Arjunji is talking in a very, very learned way. Arjunji is talking in a very, very, even we do not have that much intelligence and understanding of this world and consequences. So, but Arjunji, being a devotee of the Supreme Lord and a very, very exalted personality, and that's why his talks are also in that way very, very materially also, it's very, very intelligent. Intelligent talks. That what will happen? The family, who will be guiding the younger generation? Who will guide the younger generation? And there is a chance that they may take up to irreligious habits, and they may get addicted to sinful activities, and like this the whole world will be degraded, and that is not the purpose of the human life. That is not the purpose of the human life. One should always work for his own salvation, and one should help others to get salvation. One should help others. So, wonderful verse. Kul shaya pranashyanti kul dharma sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam kritsnam adharmo abhibhavatyota, it is said. Adharmo abhibhavatyota abhavati uta. With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligious practice. Therefore, for no purpose, Swami Srila Prabhupada is writing, therefore, for no purpose should the elder member of the family be slain. For no purpose, the elder member of the family. The elder members are always there to bless the younger family members out of their natural affection due to their blood relationship. for no purpose. But in the Kali Yuga, in this fallen age, people don't want and people in this younger generation, in this age, all of us, we consider our elder members are obstacles on the path of our happiness, because most of us, each one of us, we are dictated by our fallen mind and intelligence and senses, and we don't want to be questioned, we don't want to be guided, we don't want any authority above us. Even though our family members, they may be very loving and very caring, but we don't want, if we act as per the dictation of senses and mind, and if we engage in sinful activities, and if the elder members, they stop us, they prohibit us from doing certain activities, then we consider them as burden. And that's why old age homes have come up in Kali Yuga, which is actually, wholesale killing of the elder members of the family. These old age homes, one should always respect, one should always, but what can be, even the elders, it is not, even because the age is so fallen, even the elders, they are not properly trained in spiritual culture and realization, so they also sometimes engage with the younger generation in quarrels for material wants, and they lose all respect from the younger generation. So it is a very, very precarious situation in the Kali Yuga. Swami Srila Prabhu Kaler Dosh Nidarajan. So it is not only the younger generation, but it is also, we see in the Kali Yuga, that even the elders who are not, who themselves throughout their life, they engage themselves in sinful activities, they don't have any spiritual understanding, so they also fight for. So Kali Yuga is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, and there are fight in the families, the quarrel in the family for material things and possession. But the elders and after 50 years, after one has finished 50% of his life, one is supposed to renounce things, and by renouncing, actually one commands. It is always said that one should not demand respect. When the younger generation, they see the elders are very much renounced and are always engaged in spiritual practices, then they develop a real respect for them. So even the elders are supposed to be, after a certain age, after executing their worldly duties for at max 50% of their life, then the rest 50% of one's life, one should engage in developing spiritual transcendental knowledge, in spiritual culture, in developing one's relationship with the Supreme Lord by the process of yoga, by the process of bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga being the topmost. But yes, that was recommended. At least if those who were too much averse to the Supreme Personality, at least they can engage in other yogic practices. But the 50% of one's life, and even in the Brahmacharya ashram, truly speaking, 75% of one's life, is dedicated, and even Grahastha ashrama, it is said, while executing family duties also, one should always keep in touch with the Supreme Lord by daily, by daily spiritual practices. So, truly speaking, in one sense, the whole life, the whole human life, all the ashramas are designed in a way that one advances spiritually. All the ashramas, brahmachari, grahastha, vanpras, that's why they are said to be ashramas. Even if in the grahastha ashrama one engages, Swami Srila Prabhupada, and we get information from the scriptures, one engages whimsically for the satisfaction of mind and the senses. In sense gratification, one engages in sense gratification, and one do not practice spiritual activities, or one do not take up to devotional life in grahastha ashram, then that person becomes grahmedi. He is called grahmedi. He is not called a grahastha. So even while executing family duties, one is supposed to be always in touch with the Supreme Lord by practicing, spiritual activities, and devotional by executing the various processes of devotional service in life. So, wonderful verse, and many other concepts in this system of Varnashrama institution. There are many principles of religious traditions to help members of the family grow properly and attain spiritual values. The elder members are responsible for such purifying process in the family, beginning from birth to death. But on the death of the elder members, such family traditions of purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop irreligious habits and thereby lose their chance for spiritual salvation. Therefore, for no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. Therefore, for no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. So, very important verse, and 3 verses we read, 37th, 38th and 39th. So, maybe all keep ourselves always in touch with the Supreme Lord by always chanting His holy names, 24 hours, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. On beats or without beats, at least on beats we should chant a fixed number of rounds. Sankhya Purvak Namaganaha. If we are beginners and if we are practicing, we can take up a few rounds as per our strength and as per our situation. And if we are old in Krishna consciousness, then we should always try to chant at least 16 rounds every day, 2 hours, 3 hours of chanting of the holy names. And we should on beats, and otherwise also throughout the day we should always keep ourselves in touch with the Supreme Lord, because this material world is very dangerous, and every moment padam yad vipadam. So chanting and remembering the Lord every day, 24 hours, that is recommended, even in sleep. So our consciousness, we should try our best to become 100% Krishna consciousness, Swami Srila Prabhupada, Krishna conscious in this life, human life. Swami Srila Prabhupada has recommended. Each one of us should try to complete this Krishna consciousness business in this very life, very human life. Because who has seen Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Swami Srila Prabhupada always used to quote, because who has seen the next life? In this life we have this wonderful opportunity. So it becomes our duty to remember Supreme Lord 24 hours a day. So all the four ashramas, orders of life, stages, all the four ashramas, the various stages of life were meant for spiritual advancement. So one should not risk, by any means, one should not risk his own spiritual salvation. That learning we can take from these wonderful purports of Swami Srila Prabhupada, and even Arjunji, who is very much spiritually advanced, is caring for the spiritual advancement of the whole world. And that's why he deserved to be their ruler. And he will be enthroned by the Supreme Lord. We'll see all those things all in the coming verses. So another beautiful verses to come will be coming, and we will take them. So with this I would like to stop here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रीष्म स्वामी सभा चरणार विंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय। कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति जगत गुरु स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण।